Alrighty, let's begin. And what we want to do is we want to start by, yep, we want to start by getting ourselves ready, sitting up nice and straight in our chair, breathing in and out. You want to ground down through the sits bone and ground down with your feet to the ground beneath you. You're going to slowly relax the body, sitting up a little bit taller. You want to be a little bit more mindful about the space and just making sure that any distractions, they're turned off at this point, like cell phones, things like that, things that could take you out of the practice. You really want to honor your body and your mind, and giving yourself an opportunity to just be here and have this experience. I'm going to ring the singing bowl to start class today. When you hear the bowl, I want you to listen to the very last rung of the bowl. You just want to pay attention to here, and this will help you to get focused so that we can really start class. And let's begin. Notice your full body. Notice your feet on the ground. Wiggle the toes just a little bit and then get them comfortable. Feel the weight fall from your legs down into your feet. You want to make sure that your legs are about hips width apart. You have some space in between those legs. Relax your shoulders and let the weight fall down your shoulder blades, down your back body. You want to kind of tuck that tailbone in a little bit and breathe in and out. Allow your chin to sit up tall. Allow the neck to be long. The crown of the head, imagine that it can touch the clouds. It helps you to sit up a little bit taller. I'm going to start by taking some nice, deep, cultivated breaths of attention and awareness here in this moment. I want you to just start by seeing what your breath feels like, listening for that breath to come in and out of the body. Also, notice the pause in between each breath. If you like, you can close the eyes. But if your eyes are open, allow them to be focused in front of you and fixated. Anything that comes up into your mind right now that doesn't serve this practice, I want you to take a moment to just acknowledge that that thing is there by breathing into it and seeing if you can just commit to putting it to the side. We're going to take it moment by moment. I'm just going to see about committing to this practice fully. You can always come back to it later, but make peace right now to focus on this moment by moment practice. You can take a hand and place it on your heart and your belly. And as you breathe in, notice the impact that the chest has on the hand. And as you release, notice how the hand presses down on the chest and you feel this rise and fall. The rise and the fall, moment by moment. And notice that there's that pause. Notice how the pause causes the body to be still. This pause and stillness is very important in our practice. We want to respect it and use it as leverage to manage our practice, to manage our intention throughout the practice. And when the exhale, the same thing happens. There's this pause, except it's lower. If it's like a valley, we're down in the valley. When we breathe out, we're reaching the top of the mountain. And then as we breathe out and it lowers and it sinks, we're going to the bottom of the valley. So we notice that there's a depth. There's this place of space between the inhale and the exhale, and then there's this place of rest. As we move through this practice and we use the breath, we want to be very mindful to use the full cycle of breath to our advantage. You can bring your hands down by your sides now. Allow the fingertips to be loose. This is our seated mountain pose. Let the hands even face forward so that they're pressing towards the front of your wall. Your wrists are long, your fingertips are loose, the arms are straight, but the shoulders are heavy. There's that space in between the ears and the shoulders, and it's loose. There's no forcing here. You're one here with your body and your hands. You're just starting to notice this connection. If you've been away from home, if you've been in a different place in your mind, now's the time to come back home and be one with your body. Slowly, we're going to bring our hands up and bring our hands out, extending the fingertips so far that they touch each side of the wall. Try to roll those shoulder blades back away from the ears, but sit up a little bit taller. Breathe in and out, using the sits bone as your grounding point. You're lifting up out of your pelvic bowl. The rib cage lifts up through the chest and the chest through to the arms, and then the arms extend out like wings. Fingertip to fingertip flies. Bicep to tricep, those muscles in the upper arm are nice and strong. They're active, but there's no force. Gravity is pressing down on top of the arms, but you are lifting up from the lower part of the arms. On that inhale and exhale, see if you can find a little bit of harmony in this breathing. Slowly, we're going to take our hands and start to lower them down by our sides, steady and focused. Remember, this is a marathon. It's not a race. And notice your arms and just feel what that's like in this space. Notice how just a little bit of movement can shift your mind and perspective about what matters and what counts. That's why it's important for us to move our bodies, because it can break up our thoughts. It can break up our attention. So we can start to just be present, knowing that this is a simple truth, but a good truth, a good place to be. Inhale and breathe and bring your arms and reach them up overhead now, lifting all the way up so high that you touch the sky. Roll the shoulders again back away from the ears. Notice how the shoulders have this tendency to want to lift up the arms, but we always have to readjust. No matter how many days we do this practice, we're always going to have to readjust those arms. That's just part of the practice. Interlace the fingers and press the palms up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and out and lift the chin up. And then you're going to lean towards your right. You're going to pivot your body so that the elbow is looking up towards the ceiling. Your jaw is up. So you're not pressing your chin into your chest, but your jaw is up and you're looking up and you're pivoting around from the chest. Breathing in and out. And then you're going to come back to center and you're going to lean to your left. Again, you're going to lift up out of that pelvic bowl and you're going to pivot so that that elbow draws behind you and your chin comes up and you're looking up towards the ceiling. You can see the inner elbow. Breathing in and out, you can feel the strength of your body and your abs as well as the stretch in your rib cage. Come back to center and allow the hands to come down slowly by the sides. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to zing our hands and bring them behind us. And then you can take your hands and you can interlace those fingers. And if you want, you can just press them on the lower part of your back body. But you can also take those hands and place them up and lean forward slightly if you want to get that extra stretch inside the back body. Now, if you're sitting straight in your chair, it's going to look just like this. Lift up your chin, look up, gaze up. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, I am letting go and stabilizing. And then you're going to bring your hands down by your sides, letting them come down slowly. Notice the burn in your shoulder blades. And then you're going to bring your hands in front of you now. You're going to arch your back, and your hands are going to come in front like there's a box in front of them. So now your shoulder blades are far apart from one another. Your wings are spread apart. It's like they're covering your body. Drop your chin into your chest this time. And just feel the way the spine is in this curved position. And then you're going to pull back, bring your hands back, lift your chest up, inhale and breathe in. And then on the exhale, come forward, one breath, one movement, pulling that back body back down into the seat as you're lifting your chest forward, pressing your hands as if they're coming together. And then pull back once again. Yeah, beautiful. You guys are doing great. And let's do this 2 more times. I know your arms are probably getting tired. I want you to use that strength to help you push out a little bit more. Instead of avoiding it, I want you to breathe into any tension that you have. The reason for this is that when we breathe into it, we take our attention away from, oh, I don't want to do this or this hurts. And then we bring it into our strength. We start to anchor into our strength more than our unwillingness to commit to coming through the practice. And then we're going to bring our bodies back up and then come back down. Arms come down by the sides and just embrace this moment of pause. Remember, restoration is very important. Breathe in and out. In your breath cycle, all you have to do is take a breath in, notice it, and out, and you'll see that there's a pause in between each breath. Just reflect in the silence. And here's an opportunity to set an intention for the rest of your class. What is it that you want to get out of this? You're going to get out what you put in. So it's very important that you choose what it is that you want. And you'll work hard for it. You'll see yourself through to the end of class for it. Breathe in and out and really set your attention on it. What is it? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Imagine what it feels like before, during, and after. Use that place of rest in your pause to really plan this, really gain a vision, a sense of what it is. Good job. We're going to start off now by coming through a flow. We're going to set the class off, and our flow, we'll do a few together, and then I want you to go through them. And if you're standing, this will be really fun for you. Make sure you soften the knees if you're standing, okay? For most of us who are sitting, I want you to make sure that you're grounding your feet into the ground and that your legs are hips width apart. You don't know your hips width, you can take your 2 fists and press them together. and look down in between the inner arches of your knees, making sure that you have that space. You want to make sure that the hips are in line with the knees and that the knees are right on top of the ankles and that the ankles are pressed onto the heels and the weight is falling into the heels and into the toes. So it's evenly distributed on both sides. Good job. Arms are going to rise, lift up, reach up overhead. We can back bend the body slightly, looking up, gazing up. And then we're going to exhale and come forward. Belly is going to touch the thighs. Chin is going to come down into the chest. Breathing in and out. Just notice what it's like for this first forward fold of the class. If you want, you can shake your head yes and no. Allow the nape of your neck to be heavy. Allow your spine to be long. And just rest here for a moment. No need to force, no need to rush or anything else. Notice what it just feels like. Belly pressed towards those thighs. How does that impact the breath? Adjust yourself as you need to. And then we're going to next inhale. We're going to lift up. We're going to half lift flat back. Arms are going to come behind us. We're going to be strong. Our hands can face one another. Imagine that if there was a ball behind you, you'd be able to hold the ball. Breathing in and out, breathe through the body, from the tip of the nose all the way down through to the feet. Exhale, release, and let the chest press back down onto the thighs, chin into the chest. Inhale, breathe in, lift up, reach up. Look up, gaze up. Hands are going to come down by the side slowly. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Great job. Inhale, breathe in. Let's do that again. Arms rise, lift up, look up, gaze up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. One breath, one movement. Chin tucks into the chest. Inhale, half lift, flat back, strong core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, back through your mountain. Lifting up, reaching up, gazing up. Allowing that sun to beam down on you. And then exhale, hands come down by the sides. Beautiful. We'll do 2 more of these. I want you to go through the flow. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to go through the full motion from mountain pose to your forward fold. Find yourself in your half lift, your forward fold, and then come back up to that mountain pose. And allow the last one to be fully your own. I'm going to sit here and allow you to go through it. Take your time, because if I guide it, you're going to want to rush up to where I am. I want you to go completely through it. Think about being a dancer and being fluid, or being a bird, or being something that is free, and allow yourself to completely embrace that freedom throughout this flow. Let it be beautiful. Let it be everything that you embody in your practice. And then when you're done, we'll meet back here in this seated position, allowing ourselves to just embrace that work that we just did. No need to rush. There's a need to see where our minds are right now, see what's going on. Notice our emotions and our body. Just noticing this full part of ourselves. Notice our spirit and how we're feeling right now. Are we in good spirits? Are we kind of drowsy like the weather? What's going on there with that as well? Slowly, we're going to take our arms, lift them up overhead, and pivot our body over towards the right. Look up, gaze up. And then we're going to pivot back to the center and lean to the left and pivot up and gaze up. Come back to the center. And then we're going to come over to the right, and we're going to bring our hands down. Left hand crosses over the chest to the outside of the right leg. The right hand comes behind us. Now you can hold on to the chair, or you can just bring the hand behind you on the seat. It's your choice. And then you're going to take your gaze and look behind you. So look behind you, looking over your chest. Your chin runs over your chest. Breathing in and out. See how the breath presses on the chest for you to kind of inch forward. And then on the exhale, it kind of goes behind you. Now, you don't have to force it, but you do want to keep your vision behind your shoulder on the right side. Keep looking over that right shoulder. Feel the stretch in your neck. Sit up a little bit taller in the spine. Try not to slouch like this. You want to have this nice, confident spine all the way up to the tip of the head. If you like, you can close the eyes or you can keep them fixated behind you. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, I am twisting. Inhale, I am breathing in. Pause. Exhale, I am twisting. And pause. And you just feel this through the natural alignment of the breath in the spine. Relax a little bit more. Breathe in a little bit deeper if it's in your practice. See if you can challenge yourself to just be here with your breath. Notice your belly rise and fall. And keep your feet grounded into the floor beneath you. Square, the hips are square in front of you. Arms are going to slowly start to rise up. You're going to gently come back to center, pivoting your body towards the front of the room, square with your hips. Readjust those feet. Make sure that those legs are square because they do have a tendency to move. And we're going to pivot our body over now towards the left. Our right hand is going to come across our chest and lay on the outside of our left leg. Our left hand is going to come down behind us. So find your place. Remember, you can place it wherever you like. And now you're going to take your chin and you're going to try to make it run over your left shoulder, looking behind you. You're going to feel the inhale and the exhale. Kind of keep those feet strong, grounded into the floor, almost like they've already melted into the ground. Only your chest starts to look behind you and starts to press to the left. You don't have to put force. If you do, that's fine, but you don't have to. You can gradually ease into this with your breath. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, I am twisting. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, twisting. Try to be accepting of the fact that your body is going to move the way it wants to move, and it's going to be different from one side to the other. See if you can just be here as it is in truth with your body. If your eyes are closed, that's fine. You can continue to try to just keep that chin over that shoulder. If your eyes are open, keep that fixated and allow your full vision to be cultivated in this moment by moment experience. What are you seeing or what comes to mind? And just consider these things as being dominant for right now, knowing that it changes. We're in a constant state of change, so we can give ourselves the opportunity to just slow down a little bit here. Knowing we don't have to run with every single thought that comes to mind, but that we can just be here, be one with our breath. You're going to slowly start to lift up your arms, bring them back to center. Bodies is square in front, and let's go through a flow. Arms are going to rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Really make it count. See if you can get a little bit more in the chest and a rise up. Beautiful. Rising up out of that chest and then come down through your flow. Forward fold, belly touches the thighs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Beautiful. Reaching up, lifting up overhead, and hands will come down by the sides. Great, great, great. Arms are going to come out in front of you. Stretch them out. Fingertips press in front of you. Shoulder blades roll back down. Slowly, I want you to just bring your hands down and act like you're about to touch your thighs. Notice that the energy that's there between your hands and your thighs is pretty strong. I want you to make sure that you're using this as like a way to like strengthen your muscles. So squeeze your elbows, squeeze your wrists, squeeze your hands, and just notice what that feels like. You're going to bring your hands back up, lift them back up in front of you. Remember, you want to keep them strong so you feel that squeeze. You want to have a nice active body. Take your right fingertips and lift them up towards the ceiling. Take your left and bring your hand underneath it. Again, use that strength inside your arms. Feel the heat on your hands and on the palms. Try to pay more attention to some of the other things that are taking place inside the hand and in the body, any pleasurable sensations from this stretch. You don't have to go far either. You just find your place and find that space. And we're going to start by breathing in and out and making rotations on the pinky, forward and back. You want to go about 3 times forward and 3 times back. If you need to take a break, keep the connection and just bring the hands down by the sides and then come back out. Continue to do this for all 10 fingers. We're going to start on your right side and then we'll end up going to the left together. And as you sit up taller, feel the breath come through the body. Put your full concentrated attention on your hands and the rotation. And press the hand forward. And slowly we're going to rotate those hands down. Breathing in and out. Let's go through a flow before we do our other side. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up. Beautiful. And then bring those hands down in front of you. Make sure you find that comfortable position. And then we're going to start out like we did on the other side. I want you to just bring your hands to be gently above the thighs. Don't actually touch the thighs. Feel that energy that's just rising up. Notice it. Squeeze the elbows and squeeze the biceps and the triceps. Squeeze the wrist. It's almost like you're pressing into those and the fingertips extend out. And then bring the hands back up. You're going to wiggle the left fingertips and sky flip the hand towards the ceiling. The right hand is going to come and pop underneath and pull back on those fingertips. Breathing in and out. Take it one step at a time and start to rotate the pinky. And go on to the next. We're going to be on our ring finger for a little bit. Make sure that you're completely concentrated on this. Just try to do a goal of making it through each rotation with each breath without holding the breath. That's your only goal right now. And it's making it through each rotation. You come to the thumb, adjust as you need to. Beautiful, beautiful. And you're going to press your hand forward, breathing in and out. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Allow the hands to be loose. And while you're down there, what I want you to do is I want you to open up your legs. So I'm going to bring this down just so you can see me. You're going to open up the legs, open up the thighs. Your hands can be down on the ground, okay? Breathe in and out and let the head hang heavy and see if you can just let the elbows be loose. And when I say be loose, you allow them to kind of loosen and soften and come a little bit closer towards the ground. You want to stretch out that lower back and stretch out those inner thighs. Head hangs heavy so that the nape of the neck gets a little bit of an opportunity to decompress. So the crown of your head is facing the ground. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, let go. And you're going to walk your hands over towards your ankles. Wrap your fingertips around the ankles. Elbows on the inside. So elbows on the inside of the knees. Okay, good job. Inhale and breathe in. And on the exhale, I want you to loosen your left fingertip. So you're going to keep your right hand gripped around that ankle. Left fingertips are going to rise up into the air. And I'll show you what that looks like this way. Fingertips are straight. You don't want to be back here. You want to try to be up straight. The reason why is that we're over compressing. If we stay up straight, we're looking up towards the ceiling. We're breathing in and out. We have a nice straight line of energy. You want to allow that elbow to be pressing on the inside of the leg so that you have the support and resistance you need. And then pivot that shoulder back just a little bit more. Feel the stretch and keep the sits bone grounded on both the left and the right side. And then we're going to bring the left hand down. We're going to wrap it around the ankle. We're back to where we started, breathing in and out. And then we're going to press. So when you're pressing, you're allowing that elbow to press into the side of that knee. All right, the inside. And then the hand comes up. We look up, we gaze up. Again, we keep both sits bone on because we might want to do this where we are lifting up on that sits bone, but we want to ground it in. This is when we're doing this, we want to try to ground it down into the seat, keeping our feet down and planted on the ground. Good job, guys. Breathing in and out. Then we're going to bring the hand down, wrapping it around, right? Squeeze the core, come together, and then take both hands and squeeze. Just want to switch it up a little bit so that we get a little bit of core strengtheners and things like that. Press your elbows, press the inner thighs into the elbows and the elbows into the inner thighs. And breathe. Inhale, I am breathing in. Exhale, I am letting go. Use your breath, not your body. Use your breath. Squeeze the core, yes, but use your breath to help you stay grounded. And then we're going to let go. Our hands come back down around the ankles, and then slowly we can start to walk those hands up. See how I'm walking it up with my thumbs pressing into my legs all the way up through from my knees to my thighs. And then I finally come back to that seated position where my knees are grounded back into hips width apart. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Good job. Breathe in and out, and arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, and hands come down by the side. Beautiful. We're going to take our chin, drop it down into our chest. Start to breathe in and out. It's really important for us to loosen up that neck and those shoulder blades. So let's bring that chin towards the chest. It doesn't have to touch, but you just want to go in that direction. If you like, you can close the eyes. Breathing in and out. Keep the back body nice and straight. Allow the spine to stack vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up to the lowest part of the nape of the neck. And just pause here. If you need to, you can place your hands on your thighs if you feel like that's more comfortable for you. You can also hold on to the seat or just keep your hands loose, your choice. You're going to take your right ear and bring it towards your right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of the neck muscle. If it's in your practice, you can take your left hand and press it just about 6 inches away from the body and pivot the hand kind of forward and backward in this washing motion. You can keep the elbow soft here. You're just stretching it out, trying to use it from the shoulder, trying to maybe almost press down on an imaginary box of energy so that you get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Now, on the other hand, if that's a lot for you and you're like, this is too intense, you can bring that left hand to the thigh and just let it rest there on the thigh. Drop the chin back down to the center chest. And we're going to come over now to the left side, left ear to the left shoulder. Breathing in and out. Sitting up nice and tall. If you like, you can take your right hand and take it 6 inches away from the body and start to do your washy motion stretch. Breathing in and out. Again, if it's too much, you can leave that hand on the thigh. So you have choices. Drop the chin back down to the center chest. You're going to take both hands, lift it up, and press them on the back of the head, right where like the cranium is, that upper part of the head, and allow the elbows to just be loose. Keep the body straight though. I don't want to see anybody hunched over. We're not in a forward fold. We're sitting up nice and straight. Chin into the chest. Breathing in and out. Notice the full length of the body, the full length of the back. Nice strong posture. The weight falls down the back body into the sits bone and from the sits bone into the feet. You're going to feel the nape of the neck get a little bit more of a decompression. The chin is going to come a little bit closer into the chest. Relax the shoulders just a little bit more. And take a nice inhale and exhale. Hands are going to come down by the sides. Slowly. Now we're going to take the head and we're going to lift it up towards the ceiling. The front of our throat is going to be open and vulnerable. It's only us in the room. So allow that vulnerability to be what it is. Nobody can see you. Breathe in and out. Let the chin rise up a little bit more and arch the back body. And if you like, you can take your hands and you can place them on your back, almost like you're putting your fingertips into your pants pocket. And you can use that to bring your elbows together. And this is a seated pose, a seated camel pose. And just be gentle. You don't need to go far. Feel the heart press forward. Allow the heart to burst open. Maybe even smile. And then slowly we're going to come back to center. Chin tucks back down. Bring your hands now to the tops of your thighs and press the belly in, chin to the chest. And press forward and up. And then back down. So what we did was we came through a camel and we held it. And now we're coming into a seated cat-cow. We're loosening up that lower part of the body and For the next 40 seconds or to a minute, I want you to just start to move in any way you like. So, from everything that we've done up until this point, I want you to be able to introduce that to your practice. If you like, maybe even move your body around, moving your belly and your sits bone in a circular position or making a figure eight. You could also continue to just do the cat cows. You can do some head rolls if you like. You can do a mix of anything that works for your body. All I ask you to do is breathe and allow yourself to have a full cycle of breath. The inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause again. Feel this in your body. Allow your body to move in a way that suits you and in harmony. Doesn't mean it has to have moved that way yesterday or it will move that way tomorrow. You can do anything that you feel like is perfect for you. What is it that you need right now? Take this as an opportunity to practice listening to your own body. And keep breathing. Good job. Good job, guys. Great, great. Keep moving. Feel the fullness of the body. Yes, there you go. Even subtle movements mean a lot. Good job. Say about another 15 seconds. Try to get out some of the last minute things that you want to do. And keep breathing. Beautiful. Five more seconds. And now we're going to come back to center. Just let yourself hang heavy, like your arms like a rag doll. Try not to adjust your hair or your face or anything like that. Allow the tongue to fall away from the top of the mouth. Like let go of any control here. Let your fingertips be heavy. And just see how you feel. You're just doing a quick check-in. We're going to start to come back up through a flow. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead, squeezing that core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up, back bend if you can. If not, that's fine. Come back down, arms by the sides. We're going to start working on the lower part of the body now. I'm going to take our hands, interlace the fingers, and bring it around the outside of the knee on the right leg. So right knee comes up, fingertips grasp around the knee. You're going to bring that knee in towards the armpit. So you want to kind of give yourself that opportunity to breathe by shifting the leg over towards the armpit. Breathe in and out. Notice the full flow of the breath in the body. And then on the exhale, allow the back body to dome shape. Let the knee fall into the fingertips. The fingertips stay locked, okay? So you're letting the weight fall into those fingertips. And breathe. Slowly squeeze the core. I want you to really squeeze the core and come back up. Nice seated position. Breathe in and out. Good job. See if you can take your foot and as much as you can with your left hand, grab the bottom of the foot. And just shake it back and forth. If you can, and if it's in your practice, you can hold the whole foot. If it's not in your practice, don't do it. Just grab like this and feel what it's like to stretch out the side of that thigh. That's all you're doing. And you're just cradling that arm. Inhale, breathing in, and exhale, releasing. And then gently, you're going to place the leg back down on the ground. There we go. Good try. I just want you to try, okay? Arms are going to rise, lift up, reach up overhead. We're going to go through a flow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead, and we're going to loop around, and now we're going to do the left leg. First thing you want to do is you squeeze the core and lift up on that knee and interlace those fingertips around the knee. Good job. Breathe in and out. We're going to lift up the knee and towards the left armpit, sitting up nice and tall. And then slowly start to lower. Weight falls from the knee into the fingertips. And come back up. And when you find yourself in that place where you can, grab with your right hand, grab the bottom of your left foot. If you wouldn't, you can stay just like this. You're just grabbing. Wherever you are is fine. You're going to feel a stretch. Again, if you can finally get to that point one day where you're just hugging yourself, you can go for it. If you can't hug yourself, don't worry about it. That's not in your practice today. Just grab where you are and just keep breathing. You really want to just kind of try to stretch it out a little bit. There you go. It's just a little stretch and it's a little hug. It's a little bit of compassion for your legs. And then we're going to wrap our fingertips back around again. Allow that weight to fall back into the knee. And then gently place the foot back down on the ground. Lift up through the body, through the rib cage. Arms are going to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Hands come down by the sides. You're going to take your right foot, okay? And you're going to stretch it out in front of you. And then you're going to lay it down on the ground, okay? So, foot in front of you. Take your left, press it out in front of you, and extend the leg out. So your heel is down into the ground. And I'll bring it in just a little bit more. Heel is down into the ground. Toes are up and they're like, hi, how are you? So your toes are up. They're waving hello. And then when you release them, you just let go. But you don't have to feel the strain to be like this. You want to just start out like that and then you can just let them be. If you like to drop your hands by the sides, you can. Or you can grip onto the seat. And you're going to start to lean forward. And I'll show you what it looks like when you're leaning forward. You're out in front of you. Body is down. Chin is into the chest. You're in this position and you just start to lower the top of the chest towards the legs. Extended leg forward fold. And you're in a seated position, so you can just breathe in and out and fall into it. If you're standing, you're in a forward fold. If you're on the mat with your legs extended out, your body is just flumped over in a forward fold. You can reach for the toes if you like, or you can just keep the hands down by the sides. Inhale, I am breathing in, and then exhale, I am sinking into the pose. Inhale, breathing in, exhale, sinking. Nothing to do and nowhere to go, but to just be. You need to adjust yourself, adjust yourself. Slowly, we're going to start to come back up, bringing our belly, then our chest, and then our head. Yes, we're going to go through a flow. This time through class, we're doing a double amount of flows, right? We're doing double time. So Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Make sure your feet are adjusted back so that they're hips width apart and grounded into the seat before you go down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Lift up, reach up overhead. Feel the fullness of the body and then bring the hands by the sides. Inhale and breathe. We're going to take now our left leg, give it out in front of you. Make sure that the heel is pressed before you and you press the heel into the ground. Right? Then we're going to take the right, pressing it out in front of us, crossing it on top. We're just doing what we did on the other side. We're going to find that place for our bodies, find our feet, do what you got to do with your hands, however you feel the most comfortable, and then you can start to let go. All right? Close the eyes. Make sure that with the eyes are closed, that you're just falling into the pose. If you need to hold on, you hold on. Okay? Don't do anything that you feel like is going to hurt you. Your feet, remember, your feet can eventually relax. Breathing in and out. Chin tucks into the chest. And keep breathing. Remember the full cycle of breath. Notice how it lifts up the chest and then it pushes the chest down. And eventually you'll go deeper and deeper into the pose. But you don't have to start out like a pancake flipped over or a poster. You can gradually ease into the pose. It's a gradual descending. The deeper you breathe, see if you can breathe into the lowest part of your back body. And slowly you're going to start to rise up using the belly, then the chest and the head. And we're going to do our last flow of the class when we meet back up. You get yourself adjusted and situated. And really want to make this flow count. So put your full intention into this flow, last flow of the class. Every muscle, every breath, allow it to count. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, make it count. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Squeeze that core, lift out more than you ever have. Come on, let's get it counting. Breathing in and out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. And then hands will come down to the thighs. Hands on the thighs. If you like, you can sky flip them or you can keep them down. We're going to come into our Savasana. You also, if you want, you can take a hand, place it on your chest and belly. That's up to you. But however you want to do your conclude your practice, that's fine. I invite you to close your eyes. And congratulate yourself on a job well done. You didn't have to come to class today, but you did. You took the time out to honor your body and pay close attention to it. Continue to breathe in and out. Any last minute things that you need to do to adjust, go ahead and adjust and really allow yourself to relax from the feet to the legs, the thighs, relax the hips, relax the belly, the chest, the back. Relax the arms, the shoulders, the elbows, and the fingertips. Relax the jaw. Relax the face and the crown of the head. Relax the arms. And relax the breath. Let it be gentle. Keep breathing. Keep feeling the fullness of your body. Allow your mind to let go. I'm going to ring the singing bowl. You can continue to meditate as long as you like, but listen for the ring of the bowl all the way to the end of the vibration. A couple more breaths, and when you're ready, you can get ready to open the eyes, move the fingertips. If you want to keep meditating, you can turn this off and continue. For those who want to close class, open the eyes and gradually allow the arms to lift up. Bring the hands to prayer position, to heart center. Thank you. Namaste. May you be blessed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.